Hi friends, it's Amy Frillici from the Gathering Inkspiration Stamp Studio, and today I have a gorgeous card to show you. I'm trying to get it right up into the camera, so disregard those little marks on there. We actually made this card at class at the Stamp Studio the other day, and it looks like a little bit of ink got on there, which happens at class. You know, things get a little bit crazy sometimes, so no big deal. We're gonna make a beautiful, perfect, well, haha, we'll see about that. Beautiful, perfect, I don't know. It'll be gorgeous just because the products that we're using to make the card are gorgeous. I don't know about perfect though, because that might be stretching it for me. But anyway, we will see, right? So I wanted to show you the products that we're using to make the card. First of all, I think the front cover of our new annual catalog features these products amazingly well. So can you see that is the designer series paper they actually put on the front of that card. There's more designer series paper and then some of the stamps and framelits that are used in that suite as well. They are actually on page 133 in our annual catalog. So let's see, can you guys see this? It is the Naturally Eclectic Suite. So again, here are a bunch of wonderful projects, I guess I should say, that the Stampin' Up! Design team put together with the products. The actual products are over here on page 133, which you can't quite see that, but you'll trust me, right? So we are using this Oh So Eclectic stamp set, and you can see, do they call it? I don't know if they actually call it a two-step stamping, but the idea would be that like this piece layers on top of here, and then that piece on there, that one on there, and then these kind of can be layered as well. And then just some other fun little embellishments. And then the sentiments are missing you. Oh, hello, friend. That's the one we're going to use on our card today. I like you, and you're just lovely, which I really like that one too. This is the designer series paper. Beautiful, gorgeous, awesome. I'm going to try to get a little bit closer up for you because I always say, and actually this page does a pretty good job, but a lot of times in the catalog it's hard to really see how gorgeous this designer series paper is. But trust me, all the floral and kind of fun, even that fun gem kind of pattern. Can you see that blues and greens and yellows right there? It's like gems almost. Very, very cool. And then let's see, oh, because I can't skip over, we're not using, but the crinkled seam binding ribbon. See if I can get that right into the camera. There is a Night of Navy, Peekaboo Peach, Berry Burst, and Emerald Envy. And I absolutely love that ribbon. And then, and actually you're not going to be able to see them very well, but that is the one framelit. Can you see right there? What are those called? The Eclectic Layers Thinlits dies, and they are on page 213. You get 13 dies for $30, and then that's one of the dies that we are using. You can also see, I'm going to kind of come back down here, anything in our catalog that has kind of that highlighted blue, can you see behind all of those? That means there is a thinlit or a framelit that cuts those out. So those are some of the images that you will find. I'll flip over. So page 213 is where we're going to find those framelits. Let's see, and they're going to be small. Okay, here they are. Can I lift this up so you can see? They're these right here. So there's actually a couple of them that cut out like a diamond or a gem. We're going to use those two, the outline of the flower, and then, no, actually we're not using the detail on the flower on this one. And then that other really cool one that makes all that kind of grid. I don't know what you call that, but anyway, it's awesome. So that's it. Those are the products that we're using. I just love, like I said, this is one of my favorite suites in the catalog. Although honestly, I think once again, every 2-page spread in the catalog is fabulous. So it's hard to really say, you know, right now, today, as I'm filming this video, this is my favorite. And then as soon as I play with something else, that'll be my favorite. So there's lots to love in this annual catalog. So let's see, let's go ahead and get started. I am going to take, let me give you the measurements. Actually, I'll back that up. So here's our card. Let's see, this is, what's this cardstock? This is Soft Sky cardstock. So a full sheet of cardstock that measures the 8.5 by 11. I cut it in half at the 11 at 5.5, and then scored it in half at 4¼ inches. That makes our nice crisp fold on our card. And then this particular layer, I'm always moving things around, our Whisper White layer that we are going to cut with our framelit, that one measures 4 inches by 5¼ inches. And you can see basically it's just 1/4 inch in all the way around on the card. So let's see, we're gonna grab our Big Shot with our magnetic platform. Set that down right there. I'm gonna crank that out. Okay, I'm gonna take, I've got both my clear cutting pieces. We want this to be over. Do you see it's over a little bit? It's not centered, so we have room for our flower and our leaf. So we want to make sure to do that. We're going to get it kind of about even, you know, top to bottom, but over a little bit. And this does not matter if it's perfect. Let's see. I forgot my Big Shot die brush as I'm kind of talking about this. We're going to see. I might crank this back and forth a time or two and see if that doesn't help us get all of those little pieces out. If not, I might have to run and grab that because that die brush is super handy to be able to pop these things out. But let's see what we have here. Ooh, yeah. So they're all stuck in here. So I can clean that out later. And then a couple of them we can just pop. See? Just kind of pop those right out. Move those out of the way. Right? So that's our first step. Oops, there's one still hanging there. But yay, that worked really, really, really well. Okay, so we are gonna need the Big Shot again, but I'm gonna move it out of the way for now because I wanna do the stamping next. So we are going to grab this is our Fresh Fig ink, one of the new in colors. And I've got my little Oh Hello Friend stamp. I'm gonna ink that up, kind of that nice easy tap, tap, tap. I'm gonna make sure I didn't get too much ink and that I kind of have it going straight. So let's see. Hey, not too bad. Okay, so we've got that one. I'm going to leave this open because we need that again in a moment. I've just got kind of a white strip of paper here, Whisper White cardstock, just a strip of it. And we are going to stamp our flower next. So let's see. I am going to ink this up. And this one is kind of the background, a little bit of like a watercolor wash look. Press that down so you see that. And then actually one thing that I kind of learned, or kind of we realized in class, because I didn't mount this maybe quite right, but I kind of laid that on top of there and I can see the outline of it. So when I go to stamp, I'm going to stamp it right on there. But can you kind of see what I'm trying to do? So that the inside, because actually this one's not too bad, is it? Yeah, this one looks pretty good. But see that little kind of inside line there? I want to try to line that up. So kind of eyeballing it now, I know if I go straight like this, it won't be quite right. So I'm going to angle it a little bit. So, and this will make more sense when I actually stamp it right here. Yeah, so you see how if I go straight, it's not quite going to work, but I can just see a little bit of the outline around there. And I hope, for as much as I've talked about this, yeah, that's pretty good. Maybe off kilter a teeny tiny bit, but that's all right. That's kind of the fun part about this. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? Did I say that? I think I did earlier. I was trying to say it's going to be perfect, and obviously not. And then these little dots, actually I might flip that around. Might have gotten a little ink right there. And then I'm going to use my Fresh Fig ink and fill in those dots. And again, that it's kind of nice for it not to be absolutely perfect. Next step is using our Tranquil Tide ink. Did I say this? This ink was Peekaboo Peach for the flower itself. I think I missed that. I mentioned the Fresh Fig in the center. Now this one, I am going to ink it up with our Tranquil Tide, and then I wanted it to be a little bit lighter because can you see it's pretty dark. And then I'm going to stamp it on here because I want it a little bit lighter. So can you see the difference? That's like full strength ink. And then this one is obviously stamped off with a little bit less ink on it. And I kind of thought that worked better with our Designer Series paper. That was a little bit too dark for me. So that's your choice on that one. You can decide what you want to do there. So I'm going to move all my stamps out of the way. Now we are going to use our Framelits again, and we are going to cut these things out. So just the layer, I'll get that. Actually, I did that right there. We're just going to cut the outline and then the leaves here too. So let's grab our Big Shot again, and we will cut those babies out. Okay. So let's see. So again, I have my magnetic platform, one clear cutting piece or pad, and my paper and my framelit. And then I'm gonna line this guy up over here for the leaves. There we go. I think those look good. And then we're gonna put our other clear cutting piece on top. Kind of hold that in place just so they don't wiggle out of the way. And let's see what we have. Okay, ooh, excuse me. So there's our flower, and move that paste out of the way, and then there are our leaves. Beautiful. I keep hitting that, it's making all kinds of noise. Okay, moving the big shot out of the way again. Now I think we can start. That's funny, I thought that was the leaf, but that's the first stamping, isn't it? I think we can put everything together now. So let's see. Yep, okay, so we can use our card base. I'm gonna do that. And one thing I will tell you, I'm gonna use some fast fuse on here, and you just wanna make sure when you put this down, it's almost like you want kind of maybe either top or bottom to go first, because mine got a little bit wavy inside there. So I think I'm gonna kind of try this. And if we don't press hard, we can move it a little bit if we need to, right? Get it where we want it. But I kind of want to like sweep this up because, yeah, you can, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little bit, it's almost like a little bubble inside there. So I think this worked better kind of doing it like that, okay? Oh, except shoot, I wonder if I can slide this in because, oh my goodness. Okay, I think I'm going to be able to. So that I'm just going to slide in. What am I going to do? And then I know, yeah, and then I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive right there. Oh my gosh, I bet as you guys were watching this, you're like, wait a minute, you forgot that. So normally I would have put adhesive kind of around the back of this and stuck that inside there, but okay. So here we go. There's a fix for everything, right? And fortunately, this doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to slide it in because I see a little bit of the cardstock right there. There, and then I think if I kind of press down on that, yay, okay, I saved the day on that one. And then there we go. So yeah, okay, good, we're back on track. Then I am going to put a little bit of adhesive, and I should have my little silicone craft sheet, because I feel like I'm getting adhesive on my work surface, but I forgot that. I forgot a lot of things in this video, but that's all right, we're still making do. So just adhere that, and then I'm going to put a dimensional behind this and kind of pop it right on there. Actually, maybe put a couple dimensionals so it doesn't get kind of wobbly. So put a couple of dimensionals back there, peel off the back. Have you guys seen the new mini dimensionals? I have used them just a little bit, not as much as I should be. I kind of am still getting stuck on using the big ones. Maybe I just haven't had too many projects where I've needed them quite yet. But anyway, they're so cute. They're like maybe a third or a quarter of the size of our full dimensionals. Super, super, super cute little babies. Okay, so where do I want that? Maybe I'm going to put it up a little bit higher because I want to see the leaves a little bit more. And then just press down on that. Then the very last step, just to add a little bit more detail, is we are going to use, these are the glitter enamel dots, and you can see I've used these a lot in class already and in my projects. So I'm going to try to, I liked the little bit lighter, they're almost like an ombre where they start dark. Can you see this is crushed curry and then they go a little bit lighter. This is, I think, Melon Mambo, so dark to light, and we've used a bunch of the littler ones. Old Olive, dark to light, and then I think this is Dapper Denim, kind of a dark to light. So what colors? I was just kind of using some real faint. I think I'm going to use these Old Olive ones that are just kind of give like a little iridescent look almost. And you know what might be kind of fun? Maybe we'll use one of these blue, this Dapper Denim, like a little baby blue. And I'm having a little bit of a hard time normally. So there's a glue dot underneath there. We'll get it. So now I have it, right? So these Stampin' or these paper snips are really handy, usually if you handle them properly, to get underneath that, get the glue dot, and then put it where you want. So that's it. that is basically card. I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh, it's a little bit crooked, which is too late now. That's the way it goes. So I'm just gonna hold my hand right here so you can't see it. So there is my Oh Hello Friend card using all of the Naturally Eclectic Designer Series paper and then the Oh So Eclectic stamp set and what is that called? The oh, what are they called? The eclectic layer Thinlits to cut these things out. So wonderful suite of products. If you decide you need these products too, there is a link at the bottom of this YouTube video to get to my Stampin' Up website and also to my blog. Make sure you grab the host code off my blog because when you shop on my website, use the host code, spend at least $50, you always get a thank you card from me, a handmade thank you card. And then if you spend over $50, I send a fun free embellishment. Like last month or so, I think everybody got these glitter enamel dots as a little surprise thank you in their thank you card. So make sure you do that. Also, another thing I wanted to mention is I am doing to-go kit classes. There will be a post on my blog shortly about that as well, so make sure you go to my blog. Have I said that? My blog name is Gathering Ink with a K, Inkspiration.com. And like I said, there's a link to that too, so if you can't remember how to spell it, it's right there in the details below this YouTube video. But go check out my blog. I'm going to have info on to-go kit classes. Basically, the idea is I design projects based around a particular stamp set. You get the stamp set with your to-go kit and then all the parts and pieces to make the cards. It's usually 4 cards and you make 2 of each of them, so you end up with 8 cards and the stamp set. You do your own stamping and I give you all the parts and pieces to actually put those cards together in your to-go kit. It's a fabulous deal. And then, like I said, shop online at my website, amysuzanne with a z.stampinup.net, and you can get all of the fun parts and pieces to make these cards. So thanks so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you were inspired today. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.